prison. Remember, the one book is the Bible. The one book of the Bible is Hebrews. The one chapter of the Bible is Genesis 15. If I'm only allowed one verse, okay? If I can only have one verse of the Bible, this is it. Genesis 15, 17. And it came about that when the sun had set, that it was very dark. And behold, there appeared a smoking oven and a flaming torch, which passed between these pieces. In the midst of terror, in the midst of fear and uncertainty, suddenly in his vision of the night, Abraham sees a smoking oven, a flaming torch rise. And this torch that no human being was carrying moved and came near and came to this corridor of carnage of these animals that had been torn asunder. And in that path between the bodies that were mangled on the ground, this flaming torch, this burning oven, moved down the middle of them. So what? Right? Sproul, have you lost your mind? You know, what's the big deal? Here's the big deal. In the ancient world, when truth was at stake, and when a promise was to be made that was to be absolutely binding, sacrosanct, that promise was made and sealed in the form of a covenant. And in those days, you didn't write a covenant so much as you cut a covenant. Because when the terms of the covenant were made, beloved, and promises were uttered and declared, those promises were not absolutely binding on the persons involved in this agreement until those promises were ratified by a cutting rite. How does God take an oath? How does God swear a vow? What we've read here with this strange description of the furnace and the smoke passing through these bloody pieces is a theophany. And a theophany is one of these technical theological terms. You get the Greek word theos for God, and phoneo, which means to manifest. The word theophany means a visible manifestation of the invisible God. And when God appears visibly in the Bible, his favorite way of doing it is in some form of fire. The bush that burns but is not consumed. The pillar of smoke that leads the people of Israel through the wilderness. You see, in Hebrew terms, what is happening in this night vision is that Abraham sees that flaming torch moving through those pieces. That flaming torch represents the very presence of God. And here God is stooping to human level. God is condescending to swear a sacred, eternal vow to his people. And the meaning of that vow, when God passes between those pieces of the animal, what God is saying to Abraham is, Abraham, do you want to know if I'm going to keep my word? Do you want to know if I'm going to keep my promise to you? Well, let me tell you what I'm going to put on the line. I am swearing by myself. There's nothing higher than myself. I can't swear by the heavens. I made the heavens. I can't swear by the earth. I made the earth. The only thing I can swear by, Abraham,
is my eternal character, my immutable being. And what I am dramatizing to you in this action, Abraham, is this. If I ever fail to keep a promise to you, I am saying, may I, the immutable, eternal, self-existent being, suffer a mutation. May I, who am immortal, become mortal. May I, who cannot die, perish. I'm swearing by my deity. And I'm saying that just as you have cut these animals in half, if I ever lie to you, if I ever break a promise,